Surely not!
We're always keen to discover new local ingredients at River Cottage, and when we heard of a nearby farmer who's growing hemp to produce both flour and a culinary oil, we were intrigued. Somehow Steve managed to put himself forward as chief investigator, and a few weeks back he went to visit Henry Braham on the eve of his hemp harvest.
Henry, this is fantastic.
Welcome to heaven.
But any hopes that he'll have a high old time on his away day are going to be blown out.
What an amazing smell.
This legal hemp has weedy levels of THCs, the psychoactive compounds found in its close cousin marijuana.
You know, what's great about it is that you plant it in May, and in 100 days, this is how high it grows.
This is 100 days growth.
Hemp played a crucial role in British farming history, the fibres from the long stalks making rope and canvas for our navy.
And that's where towns like Hemel Hempstead get their name from.
Really?
From a food point of view, we're interested in the seed,
Right.
which is in the top here.
Yep.
And just taste a little bit of that and tell me what you think.
Well, it's lovely. It's got a sort of nutty quality to it.
Sort of hazelnutty is.
Yeah. Thought you were coming in for a hug then. Thank you.
Good luck.
Cheers.
Back at the farmhouse, we've set up a cottage industry to process Henry's hemp seed into flour and oil. What we need is a state-of-the-art seed press. What we've got is this.
Oh! Something's coming out. Oh, here comes the cake.
Great.
The cake is the hemp seed once it's had the daylight squeezed out of it. But grind it up and you've got hemp flour.
Oh, careful.
Look, the first drop of oil's actually landed in the jar. Suddenly it's flowing, Stephen. What did you do right?
Something.
You just accidentally did something right then?
No, it was fine.
To grind that cake into some kind of flour, I thought this might work. It's an old coffee grinder. French. It's made by Peugeot, no less.
After some serious cranking, grinding and sifting, we've got our flour and our oil.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, lovely. You've got half a jar of oil there.
Amazing.
The first hit's like peanut butter, but then it's got a sort of slightly bitter artichoke. Reminds me of artichokes.
I like this. That's good. Like that.
Peanut with a hint of artichoke.
Brilliant.
Go along with that.
And we've got enough hemp flour for Dan to attempt a loaf. Hemp makes a great addition to wheat or rye bread, and Dan's using 4 parts strong white flour to 1 part hemp. Apart from the usual salt, yeast, sugar and warm water, Dan's also adding a dash of the hemp oil. After being left to rise in a warm spot for a good hour, his loaf is ready for the oven.
Looks great, doesn't it? Happy with that?
I think you've earned yourself a rest then, haven't you? I'll stay in the kitchen and rustle something else up. And I'm going to make something called dukkha. It's a North African spiced seed and nut dip, and it starts with a handful of almonds. As they take a little colour in the pan, I'm going to add some punchy whole spice seeds, coriander, sesame and cumin. Now, I've never put these in my dukkha before, but on this auspicious occasion, of course I'm going to. Hemp seeds. Toast and toss the seeds over a medium heat until they release their wonderful fragrance. Now for a bit of fire. A couple of pinches of dried red chilies will see to that. You need to keep it on the move, giving it a little shake at least every 30 seconds or so. The smaller seeds are particularly prone to burn, especially the sesames. I'll leave them in the pan and they'll toast a little bit more as they cool while I prepare one last ingredient that makes all the difference. A little bit of fresh mint. Wow, it's now smelling absolutely extraordinary. And as I'm bashing up those almonds, the sweetness is coming through the spice. Now for the mint. Finally, some flaky salt. This finished mix is kind of like a dry dip, but you can also use it to sprinkle over barbecued meats and fish. It's absolutely fantastic. Wow.
Check that out, Hugh.
Now for a triple tasting of hemp, starting with Dan's loaf.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, that looks lovely. Cheers.
Cheers.
I tell you what, look at that. Look at that crumb. That's beautiful, Dan. Absolutely beautiful. Really light. The warmth packs all that hempy flavour right in. I think that's delicious, Dan.
I love it.
But I'm certainly not averse to dipping it into the oil and making it even more hempy. I mean, it's a genuinely great dipping oil, this.
Amazing.
Which would give any olive oil a run for its money.
We haven't even got to the ducky yet. Oh yeah.
Let's go for it.
That's brilliant. I love that.
It's good stuff. This is different, but it's got such a lot of flavour. Will you be using hemp again, Dan?
Of course I will. This is fantastic. It's amazing.
You'll find hemp seeds, oil and flour in most health food shops and some supermarkets. Or you can grow your own.